Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and had a viewer send me a video, and I thought it was actually kind of a touching video. It kind of reached down and made a brother cry a little bit. That Loey had done, and you guys know that I had covered her a few years ago of why I didn't like her body acceptance thing, and that it was promoting obesity, and it was dangerous. It put out a dangerous, unhealthy message. But some things have kind of happened with her. I haven't really kept up with her since then, and so I kind of watched this video, and I want to talk about it with you guys. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. And what's interesting, I'm going to get a different set of responses from some of her fans when you're critical of them. Normally, you guys know when I'm critical of any of these douchey men's physique type guys or certain competitive bodybuilders or whatever, their fans will come in and they will scream that I'm a morbidly obese, middle-aged, bald, fat guy who doesn't even look like he lifts, that I need to put down the bonbons and pick up the weights. Of course, when I mention one of these body acceptance women who's overweight, their fans come in and they tell me that I look like a bloated, steroid-bloated, disgusting meathead who's clearly pumped full of steroids and spends all my time in the gym. It's kind of hilarious, the two extremes you get based on different people's stereotypes from their own community. It's really hilarious. So you guys might get to see a little bit of a different set of insults today. But the thing is, I've said before, I don't like her body positive message. And she made a video, I guess it was a week or two ago, saying why she doesn't really promote the body positive thing. And I think this video kind of shows the problem with this idea, and why it actually doesn't work. And a lot of that's based even on the research. We know that actual fat acceptance and people being comfortable in their skin tends to reinforce the idea that it's okay to stay fat. And when I say fat, I don't mean 10 pounds overweight, 10 pounds too much body fat. I don't mean a little bit of love handles. I'm talking morbidly obese, people who are 50 or 100 pounds or more overweight. The thing is, it's easy for someone like Loey to kind of have that message because she's pretty. She has a pretty face. She's a gorgeous girl despite being a bigger girl. It's easier for her to get away with that than it's going to be for someone else. And it's almost like you look at that and go, so wait, it's okay to be really unhealthy and like disgustingly unhealthy to the point where you are going to die young. You're going to die young and you're going to be extremely physically miserable within the next 20 years. Like your life's going to be a living hell, but if you're pretty, it's okay to accept that. It's almost like that's the message that's being put out. And the thing is, she admitted in the video, she built her empire largely on that, and it helped her. And I mean, what I would say from a business model perspective, yeah, I get that. I totally get that. There are a lot of overweight women out there who want to feel pretty. All right, and they want someone who is pretty, who is still overweight and has a positive attitude. They do like to see that. There's a massive market for that. But the thing is, ultimately, at the end of the day, it is denial of reality. It's denial of reality. And what we have seen in the data out there, when people who are morbidly obese, when people whose opinion they value. I don't mean random people on the internet. When you call someone a fat fuck or fat and disgusting and a whale on the internet, this actually doesn't work. So no, you're not helping them. So the psychopaths need to remember that, who get this idea that, oh, he's saying this will help them. No, it won't, because they don't value your opinion. When you value someone's opinion and they harass you about being overweight, to the point to where you feel bad about it, someone, a loved one, a really close friend, a close family member does it, or a few of them do it, it actually is one of the biggest motivators for people to lose weight and get into shape. Particularly when it's over concerns, when it's a loved one who's like, you're going to die, you're going to have a heart attack, you're going to die, you're going to get diabetes because of this. You need to please lose weight. And you make them feel bad about it. That actually is an effective strategy. Body acceptance isn't. And that's the whole point. People shouldn't really feel good about doing something that's self-destructive. And she admitted that, that before she's tried to promote diet and exercise, and she's lost 80 pounds, but she had lost 80 pounds and was still way morbidly obese after losing the 80 pounds. And it's because she couldn't stick it out in the long term. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to lose 80 pounds. I mean, you think about it, that's 3,500 extra calories burned for every pound that she lost. I mean, do the math. That's a lot of energy turnover. It's a lot, but she didn't quite make it halfway to where she needed to be. And so when you talk about her body acceptance, people are like, well, she promotes healthiness, but no, she doesn't, because she hasn't been able to stick it out. All right, she hasn't been able to stick it out, and it's largely because, as she admitted, she knows she has an eating disorder. And the problem is that she finally noted that, yeah, she had a relapse back in Christmas, re-binged, had some problems. Her eating disorder really messed with her, and it was hurting her self-esteem. That she was looking at herself and seeing the new stretch marks and everything, and she said it's impossible for her right now to maintain that body positive thing because she feels like a failure. She knows that she failed. She knows that she relapsed. She knows she let her eating disorder get the best of her. And there's that realization coming, that knowing that what she's been doing is unhealthy. And I think deep down she's wanting to say, I don't want to push this body positive stuff anymore. And that's kind of the underlying message there, because I think she realizes it's failed her. It's actually failed her, and she isn't happy with her results. She's not happy with the results. And you know, that's understandable. Well, people need to understand there's a reason a lot of people find bigger girls unattractive, and a lot of women find bigger men unattractive. It's not because of social norms and social stereotypes. That's not what's causing it. Social norms and stereotypes can push it the other way. There are communities that really find thicker girls to be attractive, but in my opinion, I'm not going to get into that. That's also hurting those communities, in my opinion. That is actually harmful to those communities to uplift that stereotype. I think most of us know who that is, what's going on, but I don't think that's a positive thing. I think it's a very bad thing for that for those people, and it isn't helping them at all. But normally, the reason people are turned off by it is because it is a sign of outward bad health, and that's the thing. People talk about health at any size. That's a myth. Medical doctors, nutritionists, the dietitians all agree that's actually a myth. There isn't health at any size. Being morbidly obese will kill you young. It is going to cause your body to go through horrific things at a much younger age than you should ever experience those things. And that's going to be everything from aching joints, a hurting body, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, liver disease, all of these things. And a healthy diet and exercise cannot completely offset that. Can it help? Yes. Lifting weights and doing cardio can help. It could reduce some of those symptoms 20 or 30%, but it's not going to stop them. Meaning, if you're still probably going to develop type 2 diabetes, you just probably, because you exercise and eat well, you're going to need less medication for it. You're still probably going to have a heart attack. You just might stave it off an extra year. It's better to eat healthy. It's better to eat a good diet and exercise. But if you're still 100 pounds overweight due to body fat, you're still unhealthy. The body fat itself is an outward visible sign of poor health. And people are unattracted to people who are physically sick. Morbid obesity is a sign of illness and poor health. Just like scabs and lesions all over your body are a sign of poor health and illness. People don't find that attractive. All right, they don't find skin complexions of people who are really sick and jaundiced or something. It's unattractive because we know instinctively that that person is unwell. And it's not sexually attractive or even aesthetically attractive to most people. It doesn't even have to be a sex thing to see people who are physically unwell. And the thing is, it is better to promote the idea rather than people feel good about this, is to understand the damage and come to reality of the damage that they're causing to their body and to step back and say, hey, I have to do something about this. And you know what? If feeling bad about the way that you look can help push that better to get people to try harder to lose that 50 or 100 pounds they need to lose, then that's a good thing. All right? It's not a good thing to feel good about doing something horrific to your body. That's like telling someone, hey, you're a heroin addict. But if you feel good about it, you should feel good about the fact that you're a heroin addict because it's who you are. You've got to love yourself. Well, that might be okay if they're in recovery and in rehab and they're completely off the drugs. But when they're still injecting heroin every day, that's the last message. That's the last idea you want them to have, that it's okay to be a heroin addict and to keep doing it as long as you feel good about yourself, then it's okay. No, it's killing you. The obesity's killing them. And I think we're finally seeing Loey come to terms with that. And you know what I really hope she should do? I don't want to hate on her for this. I hope she gets her act together, and I hope that she is someone who has over 1 million followers, finally follows through and says, look, fat acceptance isn't good. This is bad. I'm going to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I want to be accountable to my audience. And she actually gets to a healthy body fat. You know, that would be an amazing thing. And I think from where she's at right now that she has the ability to do that. I think that she's starting to come to terms with how unhealthy she really is and what she is doing, because she called it self-destructive behavior. She's admitting that now. I think she has the potential to come around full circle and really do the world a lot of good. And I really and truly hope that she does that, because that could change a lot of lives. So I'm actually rooting for her. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.